Hi guys, I'm Jordan.
Hi, I'm Hannah.
Hi, I'm Ann.
Hi, I'm Marie, and we are glad to finally be here because it's Happy Woolly Wednesday! Hey everybody, thank you for your patience and refreshing and sticking in there while we get started. These guys have been working pretty hard today. What are you guys working on?
Tuss's still goodie assortments. Fun.
They've been popular this week.
Yeah.
It's taking phone orders.
Bunch of stuff running around today.
We have been so busy and we're just so grateful to be here with you all right now, and we have a very, very special guest today, so we're going to get started. Thank you all for your patience. Hi everybody, I'm Marie. We are Living Felt. We are live here in Austin, Texas, and hopefully you can see us. Can you see us over there, Aaron? We have some guests here today. We have a very special guest, Joyce Hazlerig of Gypsy, Harte. You all have seen her on our Facebook. You probably follow her YouTube channel, which is just fun, fun, fun. And she's come in today to share with us her amazing dragon. And some of y'all have been asking about how to needle felt nepps, and Joyce is going to even do that for you too. So we're excited to have her with us today. But first, before we get started, we have a very special shout out, right, Ann? Ann's going to do that for us.
Alrighty, we wanted to give a very big thank you and a very big shout out to Gilda Goodwin. She made this wonderful, wonderful reindeer. His name is Fantasy, and she made him from a specialty bat that we carded after some suggestions on colors from her, and we just love him. Hopefully you can see close up on his face.
Lots of hearts. Lots
He's
of
got
hearts.
a little tag. And it's also Gilda's birthday today, so very happy birthday, Gilda.
Yay! Happy birthday!
Happy birthday! We hope it's a great one. Thank you so much.
So hopefully y'all saw Gilda shared a little video of this fantasy reindeer who's just amazing. We're looking for a special spot for him. And maybe Gilda will tell us how his antlers are made. I thought in advance that she said they were polymer clay, but they actually have sort of a fuzzy appearance, almost like old school felt. You know? What's it called?
Flock.
Flock. I don't know what that is. Flock. I've never used it. Erin's a guest here today. She accompanied Joyce. So Erin Butler's here with us. And thank you so much, Gilda, for that. We love it so much. So we're looking for a very special spot for it in the studio. So look, y'all, we got a late start, and I really want to welcome Joyce. Joyce has been needle felting now for, I don't know, she's going to tell us 9 years or something like that. So we're going to welcome Joyce Hazlerig, y'all. Just a big round of applause. Let me see your hearts and smiles come across. And this is Joyce.
Hi, everybody.
Joyce lives here in Texas. And Joyce, tell us when you started felting.
So I started needle felting in 2008. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
It was like I keep, people have a lot of questions and they're like, when did you start needle felting? And I'm like, well, 2008. It's been a while, but I feel like I just got good like yesterday because I'm always learning more and more stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
for sure.
This is an ever expanding art form.
Yeah, true that. And you want to learn more and try more.
I have learned so many things. I spin, I dye, I process fleeces.
Yep.
So needle felting was just like the gateway to opening up this whole new world.
Kind of addicting. Fiber.
It's a lovely addicting. There are worse addictions, I'm sure.
Yeah, true. Now, when I saw you in June, we were all shopping for silk and going to lunch and stuff.
I barely started this little guy.
Yeah.
And
so can I get him?
Yeah.
Okay,
Get him. Bring him in.
Okay.
He's still not done. I've been swamped with holiday things. So this is the dragon.
What's his name?
You know what? He hasn't told me his name yet. I think he's maybe waiting for himself to be finished before he tells me his name. So sometimes things will tell me their name and it comes right away, but he's been a little bit elusive, probably because I haven't been paying as much attention to him as I should have been recently. So hopefully we'll get a name soon. But
busy
he's still
season for
not finished. So he needs like teeth and he needs spines and different things. But
okay, so talk us through him. Tell us
So,
about him.
the first thing that I created were.
Let me see again. And see, can you see everything?
Can you see the wings? Do you want him this way? Okay. So the first thing I started were these wings, and these wings took like an entire week to like think of and research and execute, because it's like you think about things a lot and you research things a lot, and then it's like when you put the wool to the wire, you're like, ah, you know, it's a little scary. So these are made on an armature, and if you can see how they're constructed like a bat's wings, and they are simply 2 layers. They're 1 layer of wool going this way, and then 1 layer of wool on the other side going the opposite direction.
Can we hold them up for a second?
Yeah.
So I'm going to hold them close while you tell us.
So that woodland layer, which is the merino and silk blend, is going in the direction of horizontal, vertically, and then the opposite layer, which is this bottle green merino, is simply going. It's going. That one's going that way, and this one's going this way. So this one's going, so this one's going this way, and that's it. And then I have some little wings that I brought. They're constructed out of wire. I'm gonna reach over here and grab them. And these ones, so this is kind of like a smaller version. And, you know, I did a lot of research. I consulted some people, and one of the things was you told me to reinforce the structure, which was really good. And which was really helpful because his wire on his wings wraps around his body, and then he's triple wire reinforced. So this is how you construct the wings. And this is like a 14 gauge felt armature wire, and then the little wires could be really anything. For him, I used like a 20 gauge floral wire, and then this is like a thinner wire, but I wrapped it with floral tape.
Can we get just a little closer? Awesome.
So I wrapped the wire with floral tape. These are unwrapped, and then these are wrapped. And that kind of marries all of your wires together, no matter what you have to do around them. And then I will go back and wrap these with merino, and that's the key for the wet felting, because the wire does need something to grab onto when you're wet felting. And because it's not so many layers, because I wanted them really thin, you know, and not having to work with the body of the critter.
Right, you made the wings independent.
Yes, so the wings would be like this, except that they were, I think there was 2 separate, since they're so big, there were 2 separate wings, and they had a really long trailing wire that I had to deal with. So,
right.
But it came out really good.
To mount them to the body, the long trailing wires.
Was, yeah, because I did like this whole yoke around it.
Gotcha.
And stuff, and then to put this musculature around it to kind of hide everything together.
Yeah.
And Pinterest is great. There's so many different dragon pictures on Pinterest. I had to decide what kind of dragon I wanted. Did I want an air dragon? Did I want a fire dragon?
What is he?
He's a forest dragon. So, you know, he's green and breast colored and everything, and I think he likes foresty places.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then his horns are out of polymer clay.
Those are amazing.
With
Can I
a
hold them up
glitter.
so they
Yeah,
can see?
there's a fine glitter that's usually used for like makeup, but it adheres really well to polymer clay, and you can bake it.
Huh. We have a couple of clays that have the glitter in it. We just got some gold and silver.
Yeah, and that's pretty good too. This one
This is
it's
awesome.
like a chocolate glitter.
So you made the horns,
Yes.
and then you put the glitter on, and then you baked it.
And then I baked it.
It's amazing.
And his eyes are hand painted glass from somebody on Etsy.
Wow.
So
We should show those too.
Yeah.
Look how amazing those
Aaron
are.
Butler has the amazing source for the hand painted eyes, so that's where I got that idea from. And
Now,
it's
are they
really nice.
cabochons?
They are little cabochons, yeah.
So they're flat backed, and then you glue them in.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then I put like wool around it and build my little eyelids and stuff.
Tell us about the claw.
So his claws have swax on them.
Uh-huh.
So it's like a mixture of beeswax and
Mhm,
stuff that
mhm.
I get from Serafina.
Uh-huh.
So, and then he's got wire all in his claws, and they come up, and actually I left off a thumb claw, so I had to go back and put it on because it didn't look right.
Oh yeah.
So then I was like, you know.
We do something
So-
similar with clay. So
Yeah,
we
yeah,
put the-
you
we
could
put
put-
the, we
you could
bake the clay
totally-
on before you wrap the wool.
Yeah, that would be a really good thing too.
It's the same idea.
So,
Mm-hmm.
and then he'll get all covered up. He's not quite covered up yet. When I was demonstrating at the Texas Renaissance Fair recently, I let the kids help me needle felt the nepps, which is preferably I would have liked to have wet felted them, but just because they'd be more permanent. But this is pretty good. So nepps are tricky little things.
Mm-hmm. And you're going to show us how you do that.
I am, if
Let me
people
just
want to
hold
know.
that. They want to know. What's happening, Anne?
Yeah, because I can talk all
People
day. I can't
love
see.
him. There's
like-
Everyone is blown away.
I'm going to let you answer some questions
Okay,
now.
nobody's
so I'm
told me that I can never not talk, so, that's the only problem I have is I talk too much.
They're saying they love the wings. So what questions do y'all have for Joyce? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move
Okay.
him into this
Sure.
space so they can see him while they see you. And what questions do y'all have for Joyce? We just wait a second because we're on like I said, we're on a little bit of delay.
I'll just
Joyce, how long have you been working on? How long? I mean, I know you pick him up and put him down, but
I can probably work for about 4 hours at a time on him. A lot of the times it's like thinking about it, and the design. So I did like the belly in one go, and then the horns, I made the horns, and then I had the eyes for a long time before I got the courage to like put them in there. And then I worked on his face one afternoon at the Renaissance Fair, and it all came together, within a couple of hours and stuff. But there's a lot of interruptions there, so it's like I'm stopping and starting a lot, so it's hard to say. But definitely, he at least has like another, 4 or 5 hours of work. I have to wet felt the spines that are going to go on his back. So that's going to be like a whole wet felting the little dreadlock spines, and I'll do that out of the matching this woodland merino silk, so it matches his wings. And then his tail will have like a little trident thing, but he's really so close. And then the dentures. So I made these little Sculpey dentures that go in his mouth, but I made them and then I've lost them. So I may have to make them again, or I might find them. And those went through, I made a couple of sets. Like I made 2 sets of horns and picked which ones I liked better.
oh, that's smart.
Sometimes the clay, Sculpey acts differently. Sometimes it's really squishy. Sometimes it's like, sometimes it's too soft or whatever. So I made 2 different colors. I think I made a copper and a gold. And then I also bought 2 different kinds of eyes. I bought a gold set of eyes, these eyes, and I bought a copper set of eyes.
Oh, yeah.
So the copper ones match the horns like too much. So I wanted to offset,
That's smart.
that. But then that means I can make another dragon later on with my other set of horns and my other set of eyes. I've already got eyes. So I'm starting a little pair of wings. Who knows? We'll have a little baby dragon maybe.
Oh, cute.
So.
Okay, couple questions people have. Okay, so if we can step back for a second, someone thinks that the wings are shiny. So, and I know that they just missed how they're made. So let's
Right.
pause and so here's what you did on the wings. So they asked,
Yeah.
are they wet felted? So you made a wire armature.
Yes.
And then you wrapped the individual spines with floral tape.
With floral tape.
And then you wrapped the individual spines with merino top.
Yes.
Okay.
And really thin, like thin and tight merino top. Like you can't really do any needle felting on that.
Right.
Just to get some kind of wool on there.
And then, did you lay it flat? You laid it flat?
Yeah, on this one I would lay it flat, and then on the other ones they were individual wings. And then I laid out my wool.
2 layers of merino
Just
top.
1 layer on one side and 1 layer on the other.
Mhm.
So the first layer, and then I use a sander, which not everybody uses. So the sander made it quick and fast. So
Right.
that can, and putting the tool on it, but keeping the wings flat. You can do it by hand. You just have to keep it flat.
So she wet felted these. Now this isn't shiny. This is see through.
Yeah.
That's what I want to show because they think
Yeah.
they're shiny, but they're see through. So they're super thin. They're papery thin, and that makes them like
Right.
lightweight. And
So if you wanted them shiny,
Flouncy.
use bamboo because bamboo has the best shine. So they could, and they're the little silk on one side, but yeah, this is the wall showing through the other side. That's how thin they are.
now people are asking if you're going to sell him. If somebody even asked if you would share how much, which
Yeah,
like that,
yeah.
but
I don't want to share how much, but I did have somebody interested in him, and I gave this person the right of first refusal. So we'll see. I haven't contacted him, and I told him he might be done a couple weeks ago, and that didn't happen. So, so I'm still waiting to finish him. He's made for like a showpiece for an event I'm having in May, but we'll see. Because I can always make another one, maybe. We'll see. I don't know. This one always.
So is this your
since
first
July.
dragon? That's another
It's my
question.
first
people-
dragon, yeah. I made unicorns before, and other fantasy creatures, but I haven't ever attempted a dragon. I think the scales are daunting, so
Yeah. So
scales
someone's
are-
asking what's gauge is that wire? They understand it's triple gauge, but triple wire under there,
it's
but
just 14 gauge.
14
Mhm.
gauge. So the body has 3 wires, and the legs have 3 wires.
Yeah, everything has
And-
3 wires.
And so if you do it again, are you going to use 3 in the legs or more?
Probably I like this. Maybe just like another one. You know, you could always do like just a small twist on the leg, like extra wire in the leg, because I don't want him to get saggy. I like the way he sits now. He's pretty good. He doesn't sag or list or anything, so he's pretty solid. But when I first made him, I had the idea of hanging him up like he was flying.
Oh, yeah.
Which he's more of a stander. So if I did do him while he was flying, you know, if you had a problem with them standing or being like too floppy, you could always string him up so he would fly.
Good idea.
So that's another reason to make the wings really thin.
Oh, sure. Lightweight.
Yeah.
So Sonia Oswald asked, do you have any problems with your Sculpey cracking?
You bake it really low, and I use a toaster oven I have special for my Sculpey. So just want to make sure you bake it low, and I use Primo. The Primo Sculpey is the best. So anything else may crack. If you bake it too long, it'll get hard and brittle and crack. So, and I think it's like, bake mine for 12 minutes.
Okay.
You know, 12 minutes for like something like this. And I've done a lot of different Sculpey things with wire in them or something like that. You know, these do have a little wire in them.
Yes. Now, someone didn't understand the sander, which I knew somebody wouldn't know what that means. So
well,
just
I just use a Black & Decker mouse sander, and you have to use safety precautions like safety
they
first.
don't understand what it's for.
Oh,
you have to
it's
explain.
for wet felting. For wet felting, like instead of like when you're wet felting, you're like you put the water on and you roll it or rub it until it becomes a fabric, until it felts. But what the sander does is the sander has the agitation, and there's several different ways. You can look up like the mouse one. I have plastic on top and then plastic around the sander, and then you use it. I move it around. Now other people use a bigger sander where they just plop it on there and let it rip for, you know, it's very noisy and stuff. I always feel really invasive unless I'm by myself. If I'm felting with other people, I'll just do it by hand. But my hands don't last that long, and I get impatient and I stop before everything is really felted. So, and everything. But these wings, like, they're delicate, right? Because they have all that wire in them, so they needed to do this fast. And I first did this technique on a bat that was like already had the bat on it, and then the wings came off, and I actually had to like do it right then because I wasn't gonna do it. They were all needle felted, but then I was like, no, I have to wet felt these wings. So I had to like take my poor little bat and wet felt him in the middle of the night. He was like an emergency project. So
Hard to explain.
It was hard to explain. I was like, he needed to go in the mail like the next day. So
okay, question: how do you attach like your antlers and your dentures? Is that the same process? Just explain it step by step.
So I built the little dentures on a little U of wire. So I just took like a little U of wire and bent them, and then I think I built like kind of like, imagine that they are dentures. So that you've got that kind of shelf of tooth coming out. And then you can take like little scissors and kind of separate them, and then I twisted each little stalactite of tooth. You know, they have a problem like curving. Like curving is they curve in. I had some turn out too fish looking, like they looked like they were some underwater sea creature. So it's just like a kind of a hit and miss kind of thing. I have also felted teeth on things. So you can take a tooth and then put like super glue around it or some kind of glue and mold it with your hand, and that can form like a tooth. So or you could wet felt them, little teeth, and then stiffen them with glue. So there's a number of ways to do things, and I plan to hot glue and then the little horns have a long wire on them, and this is like wrapped around his neck right in here, and then I did like a little figure 8 on top to kind of hold them closer. And they're slightly adjustable right now, just because I could put them up, and when he goes in the box, he gets kind of flattened. So he may get like little ears right here, and then I can probably put another little base just to hold these up, or maybe glue them down a little bit because they're a little bit flexible right now. But I don't like how they lie down. And there's a good 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 inch buried in there that's covered in Sculpey.
Gotcha.
So if you make them a little bigger than you think you're gonna need them, then you can cover it with wool, with this little ring of wool around there.
Super cool. Very cool. Very cool. Okay. Any more questions on him, Anne?
It looks like we lost broadcast for a second.
Oh, no.
A bunch of people are rejoining.
Oh, how interesting. Okay. We're still playing here, so we're recording good. We're good, very good. Why don't we bring him in and just show him now that you've talked so much detail. Let's show his face again. Bring him right up here. And oh, that's amazing. Oh, that's perfect. So we'll just pause for a second and get everybody to look at his beautiful face and all his nepps. And let's bring the horns down a little bit and just show those in close. Yeah, there you go. Up a little. That's perfect. Oh, he's beautiful, Joyce.
Thank you.
Everyone is just so, lots and lots of hearts coming across the screen right now, and wow faces. Everyone loves him. He's awesome. He's awesome. Now, we want to have you show how to do the nepps, but before we do, what if we show your crazy hook? Now, Joyce is not afraid of wild, y'all, so you should know. Now, Joyce, do you still have your Cheshire Cat? You teach your Cheshire Cat now.
I do, yeah.
So
I sold him to Ireland. He went to Ireland.
that was the first place, right?
Yeah,
so
went
Joyce,
to live in Ireland.
years ago, Joyce won first place in a contest we had for this amazing
2010.
glow-in-the-dark Cheshire Cat. And these look like they're glow-in-the-dark,
They
too.
do glow under black light.
Under black light. So let's, just a quickie
Yeah.
5-minute or so
Sure.
on this guy. Why not?
Yeah. So this is the caterpillar, Absalom. He does have a name because he comes with one.
Let me bring him in because nobody
Okay.
can see him that far away. I'll hold him
Okay.
and you can tell us a
Oh,
little
sure.
bit about him. And
Yeah.
tell me how we are in.
So
Can you see him? Here, what if we put him on the deck here? Can you see him?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
perfect.
he's permanently attached to his toadstool platform. And he just has a lot of feet.
I want them to see his back.
Oh yeah, I'm just trying
We
to
can't
break it.
see, yeah.
So this is a similar technique that I did on the cat, which I kind of wanted to be really whimsical with the Cheshire Cat, and so I repeated this swirly pattern kind of thing. And I've been talking a lot about the hidden message, but the hidden message came after I had done most of it, so I had to kind of go back, and so there's a stylized W up here that says who, and then it says who are you. And there's a U and a question mark. So it's what the caterpillar says in the story. So that's my hidden message. And everybody was kind of I can't see the hidden message, so I hope people can see it now. But he's blacklight reactive, and he has a lot of hands. He doesn't come off the toadstool anymore. I was waiting just to make the toadstool, and finally got that all constructed. So the toadstool is made out of wet felting, a wooden platform, vintage velvet, and then more wool. So
I'm going to hold him up a little bit so they can see his feet because that's not showing.
Oh, his feet
You
were
see now?
a big pain.
His feet and
That's that
They're
vintage
so-
red.
is it?
Yeah. And I believe there's I think this blue is one of y'all's blues. Maybe the
Ocean green.
Yeah. Could be.
He's amazing, Joyce. Just amazing. Now, someone asked where do they get this tiny. I don't know.
I've looked so many hookahs on I got this one on Etsy from Greece, and I believe it's 6 inches, and it's a real hookah. So it's now full of bunny fiber, and the hose is glued into here because it kept falling off, but it actually comes off. So and once I sell him to the person, I'm not responsible for what happens to it. But so right now it's just full of the bunny fiber is the smoke.
It's so awesome, Joyce. It's so
Thank
amazing.
you so much.
Thank you
It
for
was really
sharing
fun.
him with us. Yeah.
I'm delivering him tomorrow.
Okay.
That's why he's with me.
That's so exciting. Now, Joyce, you're going to show us how you do nepps,
Yes.
right? Okay. So is this
Sure.
platform right here? Okay, so I'm going to
How do
turn.
you have to point the camera down.
Yep, I'm going to turn the camera down. Sorry for any jiggly wigglies.
Okay.
And Joyce is going to show us how she does nepps.
And then there'll be nepps everywhere. So this is bonsai, which is the color I've been using for the caterpillar. I mean the dragon. Focus.
Move all this out of the way.
And this is how I've been making the
Oh.
that's mine. So I have these nepps, which I specially dyed to match the colors of the dragon. And I just scatter them on just like this. More is better because you're always going to lose some. It's just the nature of nepps. So what I do is I like the clover tool, which has 4, mine only has 4 needles in it right now because I broke one.
Do you need one with 5?
Yeah, it'll be all right. It'll be all right. So what I do is I scatter them on here, and then I turn it over. And by felting from the back, some of those nepps are gonna go into the fiber.
So smart.
And it's really good
I
for
wouldn't have thought of
flapping. So you can do this, it just needs to be, you know, applied to the whatever you're making.
I want to pause here, and Jenny says, what a
Yeah.
beautiful mossy green. Jenny, that's on your wall somewhere, girl, because she bought all 80 colors. That's bonsai you're using.
Yeah.
Everyone's loving this, Joyce.
Oh, good. I made a really fast and dirty little video that I posted a long time ago. That was
You did. You even posted in the group, didn't you?
Yeah. It was for mushrooms. So
Yeah.
this is the same way to do toadstools. And so this is
Yay.
it. Look at that. You know,
That's
you lose a
awesome.
couple, but really not too many. And then if you really wanted to reinforce these, you wet felt it. That's what you got to do. Go back over it on the top. Yeah, so you can also go back over it, and you might lose a couple of nepps into your machine, but probably not. They all stay in there pretty good. So they look really great. And this will like dragon hide.
It's awesome, Joyce. Thank you so much
You're
for
so
showing
welcome.
us
Thank
that. That is so cool. That is so cool.
Thanks
so,
for having me.
Thank you too, Joyce. I'm so glad to have you. Now, some of y'all don't know. Can you see us, and do I straighten us? I made it to Joyce's height, probably, and not mine. Joyce is in the top of the frame.
I know. But we don't want
Are you
to.
gonna?
Yeah,
You can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you know what we wanted to do, and Joyce, maybe you'll join us. So we sometimes we have little
Yeah.
segments on the show, and the girls want to take everybody into the Christmas tree and pick off their favorite ornament. Will you show us the one that
Sure. That
Joyce?
I did back in the day. Like so
back
long
in
ago.
2009, when we were still working out of a bedroom in my house, we did a Christmas ornament exchange, and everybody mailed us one, and they mailed each other one, and they even made a little tutorial.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still
Yeah.
have all those.
Those are great.
I
I
know.
love these these little guys have evolved like so much. I still make them kind of.
Yeah, you have.
And I make different
evolved.
variations, but I love these little guys. They're great.
So we're gonna go do that. We're gonna take y'all to the Christmas tree, and the first thing is Joyce will show us the ornament that you made us in
That's fun.
2009.
Maybe I should have found it earlier.
should know
I don't know where it's at.
Okay, I'm gonna walk us in there.
Okay.
Sorry for the swirly durlies. We're all decorated for Christmas. There's snacks in there if you guys want some in a minute. Okay, so this is where we've been having our classes. Joyce says she found it right away. So this is the tree. Y'all have seen the heart room right now. It's all decorated. We'll get in the frame, somebody, because I'm talking to air. And the table over there is all set up for people if they want to come in and felt. So let's have Joyce go first, and Joyce show us your ornament and tell us about him.
Okay, so this
You can take them off.
Okay, so this
Okay,
is
hold 'em
the little Christmas baby that I made. He's really cute and fluffy, and I just love making them. They're so easy. They're just like a little X, and then you just wrap them real thick and fat, and do some designs on it, and you're good to go. And this one has sewn eyes. Has little beads for eyes, but I think ones I make now are Waldorf style, where they don't have any features.
Oh.
So, but he's really cute. He still holds up really well.
Yep, he's precious. We bring him out every year. Thank you, Joyce.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much for being our guest today. Who's next? Somebody jump in.
I'll jump in.
This little polar bear guy here is just so cute. He was made by a mom and daughter, is Ashley and Kim from Georgia. I think he's just so cute. He's got the holly around his neck and a cute little Santa hat. I love it.
He was an inspiration piece for a first time felter this last week. Yeah.
Wow,
Somebody
awesome.
young girl made one.
Aw.
Yay! Are you next, Hannah?
Yes, I've got this little guy. It's made by Laura Burke, and it was actually part of our 2009 ornament exchange. And I just am in love with the little Santa, or the little snowman on their legs and his little green hair.
So cute.
Alrighty, and then this one is mine. This was also part of the 2009 ornament exchange. This was made by Lori Magnabosco, and this is such a happy little house. I love it, and it's got smoke coming out of the chimneys. It's got some bling. It's got some light.
Yay! Oh, we should sign out. Let me go. Let's go back to the middle room, I guess. So here's Erin. Erin's trying to hide. Say hi, Erin. All right, while we go back in the middle room, I'll show you guys. Here's our little snack bar. So if you guys want some treats, you could come in, and we have lots of Christmas cookies and fresh popcorn right now. And it's been fun here. Okay, I'm gonna set us down. That's like, we don't always take you on the nauseous tour. So you know what it's time for? We're gonna give away some prizes. And first, Joyce, we have a little prize bag for you. I don't know if you have a tote bag, but I want to say
I love
thank you.
tote bags. Thank
I
you.
picked out some colors for you.
Yay.
You can pick out new ones because I didn't know you already had that one. Thank you so much. And can we just get a round of applause for Joyce? Joyce Hazlerig, did we post a link to her Facebook page?
Yeah.
We're going to post a link to your Facebook
you so
page.
much.
Y'all can check out her YouTube channel. She has awesome tutorials. And if you're in Austin and you're in the felting scene, you're going to run across her. You're at Blue Genie right now.
I'm at Blue Genie, which is a holiday bazaar gallery art show on Airport, and I'll be there until Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
So it's open 10 to 10 every day.
10 to 10 every day. I got to go
And
shopping.
I'm not there, but my stuff is there. So,
Yeah.
And I just want to thank Marie for having me. If it wasn't for Living Felt, I would have never had the courage to expand and grow as much as I've had.
Oh, we appreciate you, Joyce. Thank you. Let's give away some prizes, y'all. Present time. So they're going to come in. Gals, come on in. We're going to give away presents. So how this works is every week we like to give away presents if you've asked questions during the broadcast, if you contributed questions in advance, which I know we didn't do a lot of this time, but we had some that were on here, right? So is Hannah on the phone?
Yes.
Okay, Hannah's on the phone. And where's our gifts?
Right here.
Okay, good. All right, so we're going to pull some names. You go first, Hannah. You've been working so hard. Thanks, y'all, for playing with us today. Who's our first winner?
Jenny Barnes Doyle.
Yay, Jenny! Who's got the wall of wool? What did Jenny win?
Jenny wins a MC1 primary pack and a couple of little, so we got jingle bells and some beautiful strings.
So that's supposed to be an ornament pack, Jenny. I know you have a wall of wool, so you can touch base with me after if you want. Okay, who's next? You want to pick Jordan?
Sure. Lucky winner number 2, we got Kate Williams.
Yay, Kate! Congratulations. What's in the bag, Ann?
Alrighty, we've got some wonderful embellishments here. How did I get them out of the bag? We've got some Angelina, some dyed sheep's locks, a goodie bag of nepps, some of the sparkly string, and then some jingle bells.
So that's for blingy ornaments. Your blingy ornament. Okay, I'm gonna pick now. You swirl. I pick. Our final winner is Irene Bott. Congratulations, Irene. You have won.
Irene, you have won a snowman ornament needle felting kit.
Yay! Thank you, everybody for spending this time with us. I know we're a little early today, short show. We appreciate you so much, and we're kind of running, trying to make sure we get everybody's orders out within 24 hours, business hours that is. And thank you all so much. You're welcome to post additional questions or topics if you're watching this after, and we'll try and get to them. So till next week, y'all, we love you.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.